Welcome back to Launchpad. I'm Christian Reddy, your friendly neighborhood astronomer. In our last video, we talked about the problem with the Hubble Space Telescope, namely that it lost one of its 3 remaining gyroscopes that it uses to keep itself pointed. The gyroscopes don't actually point the telescope. What they do instead is they provide feedback as the telescope is changing its pointing from one target to the next. When it finally locks onto the target, the gyros then spin up into a high-speed mode in order to maintain an ultra-fine lock on target. Now, there was one remaining gyro that hadn't completely failed yet, but it was acting a little strange, and it was this gyro that the mission engineers were trying to recover the other day. In NASA's latest release, they announced that the gyro that they had tried to bring back online was reporting a very high rate of speed that was actually physically higher than the gyroscope itself can actually make. It's like driving down the highway and you're pretty sure you're going about 55, 60 miles an hour, and then you look down at your speedometer and it says you're moving at 10,000 miles per hour. It's just not possible. So now the mission team needs to figure out if this third anomalous gyro can be reset and made to report its true speed once again. Or, if not, maybe there's at least a way to compensate for this ridiculously high reading. Now, either way, it's going to take a little bit of time, and the Anomaly Review Board are in no hurry. They want to return Hubble to science as quickly as possible, but ideally they'd like to get it back to science using all 3 gyros. If not, then they can at least switch down to a single gyro mode. Now, the reason why they would use just one gyro instead of both of the good 2 remaining gyros is because this way they can keep the second remaining gyro as a reserve. Gyros do get old and they will fail at some point or another, so the idea is to extend the mission as long as possible. Now, as I said before, using 2 gyros, let alone 1, is less than ideal. After all, 3 gyros allow the telescope to monitor its pointing very precisely and quickly. That allows the telescope to correct its pointing up to 30 times a second in order to stay on target. By going down to 2 gyros or even just 1 gyro, it's going to take a little bit longer for Hubble to be absolutely certain where it's pointing. Now, because a single gyro is going to be a little less sensitive to 2 of the 3 axes that the telescope moves in, it's not going to be able to look at certain parts of the sky at certain times of the year. But hey, you know what? We're still doing science with Hubble, and that's all that matters at the moment. Nobody has a crystal ball. Nobody can say for certain how long Hubble should last using just 1 gyro with a second as the backup. But right now the best estimates are somewhere around 5, 6, maybe 10 more years. Who knows? And that's important because the James Webb Space Telescope is going to launch in 2021, we hope. And that means that maybe Hubble and James Webb can operate together. And that would be tremendously useful for science. So that's our quick update. At least we now have a slightly better idea as to what's going on with Hubble. But in other news, we found that there's yet another telescope that's having troubles as well. The Chandra X-Ray Telescope went into safe mode on October 10th. Now, NASA has yet to release any details on what went wrong with Chandra, but that's probably just because the team at Chandra need a little extra time to figure out exactly what went wrong and how to correct for it. But like the Hubble telescope, Chandra maintained its solar arrays so that it's always facing the sun, so that the telescope and the observatory can continue to receive power. So Chandra is expected to return to full science operations, but this is a reminder that Chandra is 19 years old and has long outlasted its planned design life. And the Kepler Space Telescope has been commanded to go to sleep until it's able to download its data to Earth. It has maybe just a little tiny amount of fuel remaining on board, after which the telescope will no longer be useful. Our space telescopes are getting older, and we got to do everything we can to extend their missions until the next generation of space telescopes can get into orbit. Well, that's our update for the time being. I'll let you know more as I find out. And if you'd like to join me on this journey through this amazing universe of ours, well, don't forget to subscribe and ring that notification bell so that you don't miss out on any new videos. Until next time, keep watching the skies.